discharge in like 2 months.
What if I told you there was an option to redefine the phrase fair and square? At least an option for high school athletes. To a lot of people, this phrase is a very cliche phrase that's overused and most of the time isn't very genuine. Today I'm going to explain to you how this phrase can be genuine and how you can apply this phrase to something that's really important that can ultimately save someone's life. Mandatory drug testing. To a lot of people, this may seem like a violation of privacy, but to someone else, this could be a possibility to protect someone or save someone's life. Picture someone that you know, whether it be a family member or maybe one of your best friends or maybe even yourself, somebody with athletic ability. If you're going to be a good friend, you want what's best for them. You want them to succeed in doing something that they love, and you want to be able to witness that too. But you also want them to be protected. Today I'm going to talk to you about 2 major and very popular drugs that teens amongst the U.S. are using now and ultimately have easy access to. Drug testing is a benefit, not necessarily always a violation. Fox News did a piece on mandatory drug testing in high school students, and they came to find that a lot of people see high school sports and high school extracurricular activities as a privilege, not necessarily a right. For a lot of these sports and extracurricular activities, there is somewhat of a tryout or audition in order to earn a spot or earn a position in that club or team. There's also, for a lot of these, a fee. You can either pay that fee or choose not to pay that fee, but that's a privilege that you get to choose and a right that you have. Once a person tries out and either becomes a member of a squad or a team, there's normally a grade point average that the staff of the school or the coaches require their teammates or members to have. All of these are privileges, and all of these can either be taken away or given to you if you decide to earn them. But drugs ultimately break the law and violate each one of these privileges. The second thing about mandatory drug testing is that those who are athletes who use drugs, it can enhance your risk of injury or hospitalization. The first drug that I want to talk to you about is marijuana, or most commonly known amongst high school students as weed. It's a drug that causes neuropsychological damage and affects almost every organ in your body, including your entire nervous and immune systems. This use of this drug has caused side effects such as dizziness, shallow breathing, and slowed reaction time. The second drug that's most common is cocaine. This drug is more intense, and it attacks your brain and your heart first and foremost. This drug also makes your heart rate go up drastically, and it, for users, have had high amounts of energy and been known to be super rambunctious. Side effects of this drug cause paranoia, anxiety, and restlessness amongst its users. So for these 2 drugs, I'm going to give you examples of possible scenarios for athletes who use them. The first example is a baseball player. Say he smokes marijuana before one of his games. Say this guy is a pitcher. He's on the pitcher's mound, he throws the first pitch, and the batter makes a line drive for his face. Remember, we just learned that marijuana also slows your reaction time. This pitcher, just having smoked marijuana, doesn't necessarily have the reflexes to move as quickly as what he could. The ball hits him in the face and breaks his nose. Second scenario. There's a football player who snorts cocaine before his football game. His heart rate immediately goes up. He goes onto the field to start the game. With everyone pumping up in their energy, his adrenaline also goes up. He gets to the field and has a heart attack in the middle of the field at age 18. Both of these scenarios can be prevented. Sports Journal and WebMD have labeled both of these drugs as very addictive and dangerous to highly active people such as athletes. It can affect athletes' performance and ultimately put other people who are not drug users in danger. The third thing about mandatory drug testing is that it's been seen to minimize use of drugs and alcohol amongst other students that aren't athletes. This statistic is from William J. of New Foundations. A known policy like mandatory drug testing is always a policy with a good explanation. The reasoning behind such a requirement is that it's ultimately for protection. So the athletes the staff of the school and the ones interested in becoming athletes, along with the non-athletes, are aware of why this rule is put into place and the reasoning for this rule, which is for protection. At first, mandatory drug testing sounds like it's a violation of privacy, but I hope that today I proved to you that it can be more beneficial than initially thought. Mandatory drug testing can protect schools' athletes and opposing teams' athletes. It also offers fairness amongst students who desire to participate, because it kind of levels everyone out to the same playing field. Consider this for me. Would you want to ever put your son or your daughter in a position of danger due to the use of illegal drugs of others? I know I wouldn't, and I hope that mandatory drug testing becomes more common across the United States.